Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Hope you're well, hope you're good. It's your brother Naseem Khan, and you're watching In the Limelight. So, today's guest is a very special guest. He was a young gentleman, a young teenager at the time when he started doing his thing and getting into the singing side and the acting side and the modeling side. So, before we go to him, I just want to have a good catch up with you guys because it's been a while in regards to podcasting and going live and what have you. You know what I mean? With all this COVID stuff that's been going on and trying to get the appointments and stuff, it's been very, very difficult, especially for the artists out there, and especially for myself, and especially for everybody. You know, it's affected a lot of people in their mental health. Touching far from that, alhamdulillah, we've all come out from that, and most of all, we're going to the madrasa now, praying namaz, and coming together in congregation, which is really good, alhamdulillah. But still be cautious out there because it's still out there, and try your utmost best to take your vaccines. Obviously, I've taken mine. It's your own decision, but so many people recently have passed away by not taking the vaccines, and they have said that if we did have the chance again, we would take them. But unfortunately, they're no longer here. Also, Al-Fatiha to everybody who's lost somebody special during this period and after the period. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive their sins and grant them Jannatul Firdaus. That's to everybody who's lost their parents, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, mothers, everybody out there. Secondly, in regards to the red list situation, I hope Pakistan does come off the red list because there's a bit of a debate going on that, but I don't want to touch upon that yet. So let's get down to Brother Jay. I'll give him a call shortly, and hopefully he'll get on with it straight away. So let's see how it is. This show will be repeat at 8 o'clock on Facebook as well. Ringing.
Hello.
Hello Jay, Assalamu alaikum. It's Nas from UCTV. How are you, my bro?
You okay, bro?
I'm good, man. How's it going? How's your Sunday going so far?
Yeah, bro. Just had a really few late nights. Yeah, I'm alright otherwise, man. How you? You alright?
I'm good, man. Can you hear me clearly? I can hear you clearly, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you fine, bro.
That's good, man. That's good. I know it's been very hectic, and obviously because of your comeback as well, you've been very, very busy. I just told the audience out there it's been very hectic to get hold of Jay, but alhamdulillah, I managed to get hold of him.
Nah, it's all good. It's a pleasure to be on, man.
No worries, man. Let's take this right back, yeah. Right back when you first started, when you were, I think I met you then at that time when I was touring as well, and you were young then, and you were with the Stranger family. How did that come about?
Yeah, I got picked up really, really young. I think I'm talking about 20 years old. I went to the Rishi Rich Academy at that time, and then I was spotted by Rishi at that time there at the academy.
Yeah.
He took a liking into me, and then from there I got signed on. And I think within that, the first few months, I was signed and I had my first single ready, my album ready. And whilst I was touring and doing everything in the first year, slowly more and more artists were being added to the roster. So me and Mumzy were there at the beginning, and then everyone else slowly started getting added on. And then slowly just the Stranger family just formed. It just became a label thing. And it did really well for what it was at the time. We caused a great amount of noise at that time, and yeah, man, I miss it. I miss those times. They were wicked times.
Absolutely, bro. And obviously, being a Muslim youth, because obviously I was Muslim as well, coming from the Pathan heritage, and my family was obviously against it at that time. I can remember my father, when I first bought the stuff, may Allah rest his soul, he said to me, "What's this? Chuck all this stuff out. Kanjar Khana Brian," that kind of stuff. How did your family take it when you first started doing it?
The thing was, they knew I used to like doing it. I mean, I was heavily into sports at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, but behind their back, I would sneak off to, for example, when the Rishi Rich Academy was on, I filed the application without telling them. I paid the fee, done the application. And then every weekend for about 4 weeks, I'd go to the academy, for every weekend.
Yeah.
And then it was only when things started to get really, really serious that I had to kind of tell them, right, look, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where, like, I couldn't go anywhere or do anything without anyone recognizing me. So it got to the point like I had to. It was too obvious, so I couldn't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, then they found out, and then initially, you know, as any parent, they was worried and concerned about going into that sort of industry because you know how crazy the politics are, how dirty it can get, and with everything that I've been through myself, it's like they tried to prevent me from going down that path in order to not get hurt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I did get burnt here and there, but you know, it's part and parcel of being in that game. But yeah, that's the story to that. I kind of snuck away in the beginning just to kind of get my way.
Yeah, I can feel that, my brother, because I used to do the same thing.
yeah. There you go. So you know how I'm feeling.
Yeah, man. As time went by, obviously you had a good few hits going along, and then you took a break from the industry for a while. Why was that?
Yeah. So basically, Naz, I didn't want to take a break. I was rolling so fast. I was on such a high.
Yeah.
The momentum was crazy. You know, you saw it yourself. And
absolutely.
I didn't want to take a break. It wasn't even a break, to be honest, Naz. I went through serious litigation. I went through a heavy court case with the ex-label and management at the time. And for those 2.5, 3 years, I wasn't allowed to talk about it. I wasn't allowed to say anything. I couldn't release any music. I couldn't perform. I couldn't do anything, realistically. It's during the time when dhol came out. I was still fighting a battle, in the court battle, and I was still trying to fight for my identity, which eventually, you know, I lost and it got ripped off me. But yeah, so that's why I kind of went quiet and dead. It wasn't out of my choices because I was kind of told to be quiet legally.
Wow, that's deep, man, Jay, and thank you so much for sharing that. You know what I mean? I personally thought, I did hear a little bit, but I personally thought maybe it's your education or something's happened or X, Y, Z.
No, it's nothing like that. As a young kid, as I've always wanted to reach great heights, especially in this game, and you know, like that part of my career was literally snatched away from me.
And you were young at that time.
Not many people know about the story because it was at the time it was such heavily involved litigation, and it was all over the media and Asian media. Like, where's he gone? I couldn't say anything at all. As much as I wanted to really say something, I couldn't.
Yeah.
So hence why the name change as well. So
yeah.
I kind of had to change everything in order to break myself out of that position and come back again.
No, absolutely, that's fantastic, man, because I can understand as you're growing up young and then a few years are gone, you could have been like on an extra level, if you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But like
I had amazing deals now. I had different deals in India with big brands that, you know, I don't want to name in case. But like I was in such a pivotal position that it come crashing down like overnight for me. So yeah. But hey, we fight on. We're still here.
Absolutely, man. And you did a fantastic comeback with was it the Tere Liye? The one you did on the piano and stuff. That was really good. We saw a different side to you. And obviously, I don't follow much music anymore, but I like to speak to the artists of their journey. And obviously, this is what we're getting from you. And you know, you've had a fantastic journey. So after that, you got with the recent one, which was For Hope with the H Dami. How did that come about?
Yeah, me and H connected. We've known each other for a long time, and H is a senior to me, and I respect him a lot, and I love what he does. Like I've always secretly been a fan of what he does. So, it's only a matter of time. I was like, listen, I've got to get this collaboration on my belt because for our game, you know, in our scene, like H is like an amazing, one of the best performers in our Asian scene.
We had him on the UCTV just around the COVID time, and when the farmer situation was happening in India, and obviously way back. He's a top guy, man.
Yeah, he literally like I was performing at Manchester Mela just before COVID, and he was headlining, and I was just on before him, and he came on stage, and I was like, hey, listen, you gotta do a record with me, man. And I had one for him ready, so I sent it to him. He loved it. He goes, bro, I'm down. We put it down, and bro, everything happened so naturally, and the song's been there for a little while. It was just a matter of time, especially COVID that came in the way, just messed things up a little bit. But as it's come out now, I think it's a really good time because everything's opening up. The shows are opening up. There's Mela's coming back. There's loads of weddings going on. It's just perfect timing. It's God's way.
So after this, what you've seen, I just want to say thanks a lot for coming on UCTV and joining me. What would your message be for the youth out there?
For the youth, if you've got a dream, chase it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, regardless of what it may be. Work hard, stay focused, keep your head down. It's going to be hard. It always is. You know, I'm still on the grind a decade later, regardless of what I've been through.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll be tested. You will always be tested in whatever field that you want to be successful in. So whatever you do, just go for it. Do it reasonably, do it sensibly, and just work hard. And you know, have faith in God that you know He'll take you all the way. And if it doesn't happen, just remember, you know, you tried, and that you're all into everything. And sometimes things are not meant for everyone. You know what I mean? And then God will take you down another path. But whatever you do in life, just do it wholeheartedly, because you never know if you're going to be here tomorrow.
Fantastic message there, Jay. And I just want to say in regards to that, because just what you went through and a few other people have been through as well, and I went through in regards to trusting the wrong people and getting involved in situations and getting had off, if you know what I mean. What would you advise a youngster who's getting into that to have their good friends around them, or have their family around them, or who they trust around them?
Well, if it's going into the field that I'm in music, it's an entertainment field, the first thing I'd say is always read the small print when it comes to a contract. So that really ruined my life for the last few years. So always get the small print, read it over with a solicitor, barrister, whoever it may be, someone from legal, get that sorted. Sorry, what was the second half of the question?
Like, who would you have around you? So just say, like, we were on our own doing it at that time. Who would you trust around you?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, if you're a youngster, like, the best people around would be, I'd say, if it's your parents.
Yeah.
Listen to your parents, take their advice. Family first, end of the day. Like, there's no one better than people from your home.
Absolutely.
So listen to them first, and then secondly, if you're going to the field that I'm in, take legal representation. That's also that. Yeah. And you'll realise as you come into this field, slowly as you get older, as you work through the game, that you know you slowly start to lose friends. You slowly start to lose people, and they just naturally drop off. Or you just realise that you know people are around you not for the reasons, for the right reasons. They're not there for you. Yeah, they're there for what comes with what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but it's natural. It happens. Everyone goes through a hype. They go through this thing where you know. They want all this attention. They want instant gratification. They want everyone around them, and want everyone just to be focused on them. Absolutely. But as you go through it, you realize that you don't really want all that. You want to be protected. You want to know that you can turn to one or two people who will sort your dealings out and you know keep you safe. So the main thing I say is just keep your circle small, because the bigger it is, you realise, you know, the more hoo-ha there is, the more politics there is.
Absolutely, Jay. That's a fantastic message there. And before you go, any chance of a line?
Yeah, sure. For the new one?
Anyone, bro. Anyone you're comfortable with.
From Mitrajan, yeah?
Yeah, and I was saying a line as in a song line, so people might think I'm talking about a line about something else.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, what? No, it's so good. It goes a bit like this. It goes, Mitrajan kadke lagi dil mera kuriye, Mitrajan kadke lagi dil mera kuriye. There you go. That's with a really bad voice that I've got.
No, it's good, man. It's good, man. It's good. You know, you've shown a lot of youngsters out there that what can be done after you've made your comeback. And I want to say thank you so much for joining your bro on UCTV and taking your time out.
No, bro. Thank you for having me, guys. If you're listening, tuning in, that will have a listen to this. Keep supporting my brother NAS on UCTV. It's great what you do. I know it's hard for people like yourself as well, especially in the Asian media game. You know, regardless of what it may be, it's always a struggle to have people just to be locked in and have their attention span on the actual chat itself. But hopefully people will listen to this and will take something from it. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jay. Have a good Sunday.
No worries, Dad.
Take care.
You take care.
Allah Hafiz.
Much love.
And there you go, guys. That was Jay Kadn, young Jay Kadn, who's made a comeback, who's told us about the ordeal that he went through in the media music game and how he's made a comeback. And you know what? Support for the kid. He's doing really good. And that's what we need, and he's given some good advice there as well. Keep your circle small and have your family around you. And you'll also see a lot of people, your friends, dropping off who are just there for the taking, if you know what I mean. So thank you everybody for joining in. Inshallah, catch you again. Take care.